What's up, everyone? It's your boy Norn Red 89 here, bringing you another video. And today's video is going to be one I've been kind of simmering on over the last couple days. There's been a lot of news flying around on Twitter, a lot of stuff I've been hearing from other YouTubers and stuff. So this is going to be kind of off the cuff, but I've been thinking about it recently, a lot of this stuff. And this has to do with streaming, physical media releases, and all that kind of stuff. So that kind of involves my channel and all that because it has to do with movies, Blu-rays and DVDs if you want to own those at home and stuff. So this is news all about that kind of stuff. And today you're going to get my overall feelings and what I think about what's been happening lately. So stay tuned to this video. Let's do this. Roll it. So recently we got confirmation news that Barbarian, the real reason that this got kicked off is that I heard confirmation news that Barbarian is not going to be getting a physical media release. And a lot of that has to do with, I think about just streaming services in general, HBO Max, Netflix, Disney Plus, all of them, how there's original content or stuff they want to keep on to and hold on to, and they don't let us as physical media collectors own it at our own home because they want us to purchase the streaming services. They want us to pay for that. And, they want to make their money back. And especially the fact that Barbarian is a Disney product. It's not a, Walt Disney film, you know what I mean? It's a horror film for sure, but it's a Disney owned product. So that's one reason, that's a main thing too, is that they're really pushing the envelope, Disney, and buying contracts for a lot of these things. And I just hate the fact that they're not going to release this on physical media. And this is a film that I'm not even that high on. I didn't enjoy this. This wasn't even in my top 10 horror movies of the year. It's a decent film, but it's not one that I just want to own really right away. But I'm more pissed off at the fact that they're not giving us that opportunity. And it sucks too, because a lot of streaming services and a lot of things I've heard recently from the news is that Netflix is reporting losses. Even AMC, they're having so much problems and so many such things with their financial problems that they had to cut back on a lot of staff. And apparently Shudder is going to be in trouble in the future. So it's looking like it's the dark days for some of these streaming services, and that pretty soon they're gonna funnel out, you know what I mean? And it's just gonna be a few select ones, all the other ones that can't keep up and stuff are gonna fizzle out. But it really sucks because when it comes to original content, or if you're a indie director or a low budget director and you sell your movie to a streaming service to have them put it on there, they can just delete it and erase it forever. You know what I mean? They can just get rid of it. You know what I mean? Or the streaming service could go under, and then it's how are we gonna see your movie? How are we gonna own your movie? You know what I mean? It's just it's a weird time for creators and stuff like that, directors, movies. It's this weird, interesting time because movie theaters aren't really booming right now. Streaming services are reporting losses. Physical media is kind of booming, but it's becoming a more smaller niche market. But I still think it's pretty booming, but most of the sales are still going towards DVDs. Blu-rays and 4Ks haven't really eclipsed DVD sales yet, so it's definitely a very interesting time. And I'm just kind of rambling, throwing all my thoughts out there because over the last 2 days I've been really thinking about this, mainly because, like I said, I love to collect physical media. I've been leaning more in towards just owning all my stuff now, just recollecting over this last year and wanting to do that. And eventually, when I get enough of the content that I like and enough films that I want, I'm going to drop all the streaming services. Pretty much I will. I'm going to get rid of every one of them. The only one that stands the test of time for me right now that is legit is frickin' Tubi. But Tubi's free. Yeah, they have commercials, but the stuff they offer is ridiculous. Their catalog and their inventory is massive compared to Netflix and fucking Disney and all that other shit. And I can understand if you're a huge Disney fan and you like me, I'm a huge Star Wars fan, and it sucks that Disney owns them because all that content's on Disney Plus. So I have to, like I said, physical media, I have to go out and search mine. And good thing is I can still own all the Star Wars stuff. I could still own that stuff. But you know what I mean? There's just certain stuff I won't be able to experience right away. When they do, if they do Andor season 2, when they do that and stuff, or the Ahsoka show or Acolytes, I might not be having Disney Plus and watching those shows because of just the streaming service thing. And it's pissing me off because I guess this is kind of a rant as to which side are you choosing. And it's like, I don't really even have a stake in the sides because I don't have enough time in my household to go see fucking movies that much. I get to the theaters maybe once or twice a month, if that. That's if that, if I get a chance. And especially with now being December and it's holiday time, I didn't get a chance to go to the theaters at all because all of our money went to gifts and go to the food and all that kind of stuff. So it's not a thing where I chose movie theaters over streaming. It's just for me, streaming services are getting more of a monopoly. They're like, even though they're making money, they're not even making that much money back, and it's just becoming this whole monopoly where they're trying to, like I said, monopolize the cinema and the movie market and get us to buy these streaming services. They're trying to force our hand, and I don't like that shit. Like, I'm not all about that stuff. Like, when you're trying to force me into one direction, that's not my jam. Sometimes I'm gonna fight you and go the other direction just cause. Like, I might be one of those people. So it's like, ah, I don't know, man. It's a really weird time. Like I said, I'm just kind of rambling. This is gonna be not a super long video, just kind of short right now. And just, I don't know what side to even choose. Like I said, what are your feelings on it? I would love to hear from all of you. For me, it's mainly I'm a physical media collector. I love owning my stuff on Blu-ray and DVD, and it really sucks that there's some content out there, be it TV shows on Netflix or certain movies on HBO Max or Disney Plus or certain streaming services, Amazon Prime shows. I can't own them. That's what sucks. Like, I won't be able to physically own them, or they don't lease out their property so that somebody like Arrow Video or Severin or Vinegar Syndrome, like one of those boutique labels or Scream Factory, can put a nice release together and put their films out. You know what I mean? It's not, they don't do that. So it really sucks because that's where I want it to stay. I really like owning my own things, and the only thing that comes into a problem with physical media and like owning a lot of stuff is space, is how much space you have in your home and where you're going to keep everything. Like, that's your biggest problem. And money, it does cost a lot of money now to be a very high end collector. If you want some of the best stuff, if you're like one of those people that's buying every new release every fucking month, like, yeah, that's a lot of money and stuff like that. But it's like, how are you going to picture, how are you going to take this? Because like I said, streaming services, I feel like they're trying to monopolize the market. And pretty soon, yeah, all the little ones like Shudder, and which sucks because Shudder is great. It's a more specific one because it just tailors itself to the horror community. And that's probably why it's not taking off as much as some of the other ones. But man, I love Shudder because they have good original content. They have good TV shows, but there's certain properties that they're not going to be able to hold on to now because they're not getting all the money and AMC's not funding them like they used to. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's a weird time. It's definitely not, like I said, a dark, awful time. It's just, we're in that market time where it's like, what's gonna happen? And it's kind of because of COVID and inflation and all that stuff to do with the market too, as well, and like cinema, how directors are making their money. So all this is variables that come into effect when you're talking about this topic. And I'm just like, I get a little down. I'm like a little bit down, but I'm more nervous because I don't want certain things to go away. You know what I mean? I don't want other things to stop. Like, I really love physical media and I love going to the theaters. I just wish I had more time to go to the theaters. And I know that's better off, I think, for directors and creators. I think is if their film goes to a theatrical release, I think that's a more profitable way, I think. And like I said, plus when you're a creator and you sell your property to a streaming service, and then they have full control over it, be it like physical media releases if they decide to do that, if they're going to decide to keep your movie on their streaming service or just delete it. And when it's on their streaming service, they can also edit those movies. Some people don't understand that. It's like when the streaming services have the property over that movie, they can change and edit that movie. They can blur some things out. They can take certain things out. Like, for one instance, is if you watch Disney's Splash with Tom Hanks, I know a lot of people know that movie, especially if you're an old school fan. They edited that movie. If you watch that movie on Disney Plus, like this, they changed and took some things out of that and blurred some stuff in that movie. So that's what I mean. I don't like that. When I have a physical media release, I get all my special features. I get the movie as it was intended to be. I get director's cut, additional footage, commentary. So there's all these additives that come with me purchasing it and being able to own it physically. So yeah, like I said, sorry, this was like kind of a huge rant, a big topic talking about what's been going on recently. Like I said, I would love to hear from all of you in the comment section. Share your thoughts on this topics. Are you a physical media collector? Are you a hardcore streamer? Are you a big movie theater enthusiast? I would love to hear from every single one of you. What are your feelings on the future and what's going on right now? And like I said, how do you think it's going to turn out? Like that's what I mean is like, what's the future going to be? I know it's probably an unknown. That might be great for some people. They might love that, but I'm not one of those people. Like I'm not like the greatest lover of the unknown future. So we'll see, like I said, what it holds for us as movie lovers and all that kind of stuff. But thanks for sticking around with me all and listening to me rant for 9-10 minutes or however long this video is. But most importantly, I want y'all to have a safe and happy day. Peace out.